Kerryn Fields is making her way back to New Zealand to perform at the 50th Auckland Folk Festival. Currently a resident of Australia, Kerryn is a good friend of the 13th floor, and we can't wait to see and hear what she has in store for us when she returns.
There'll be no more pulling over now to scan the vast horizon saying, where to my lover now? It's only me deciding where I'll land.
Now, before we get into the music, I was just wondering if you had any thoughts about Jacinda resigning.
I say congratulations on achieving everything that you have achieved, and a good queen knows when it's time to take off the crown. And, you've got to do what's right for you. I think that's an extraordinary measure of her power, is to recognise when you can't be of true strength in the role that you have. So that's my thoughts. But I really, really, really love and have a lot of respect for Jacinda Ardern. So I look forward to the celebration of the highlight reels. I'm sure that will be coming, in the weeks, months, and years to come.
How is she perceived in Australia?
Like a queen. I know that it's different in New Zealand. I do know it's different, obviously living in the country in which you've been governed, but the, Australia leadership and politics here, I don't want to unlock that treasure chest, but, it's very, it's been very unstable. There's a lot of takeovers and backstabbing and uncertainty, and and I'm not a voting resident here. I'm a New Zealand citizen, so there's only so little I can say. I don't have any power or authority to make those changes. But Australia certainly looks to New Zealand in general, very, very general, and just sort of saying, well, wouldn't it be lovely to just have one prime minister for a prolonged period of time?
Right. All right, very good. All right, let's get to the music. So you're coming around for the folk festival. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to bring home my record. I haven't even toured water in New Zealand yet, and that record is it's practically old now. 18 months it's been Earthside. Playing the songs from Water, maybe a couple of new ones from the next record, but really just bringing the show home and showing my beautiful home crowd what I've been up to on the world stage representing New Zealand.
And have you been having a good time doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been so lucky, even in Australia pandemic world, I've been back touring and playing major festivals, and I've just had such a great time, I guess, resuming what it is that we do. And it comes with such a different energy now, and gratitude and power and presence, and a true acknowledgement of what a wonderful life this is to live creatively. So, I'm having the best time.
Excellent. I see you just relatively recently released a video for Until You. So why did you choose to make a video for that song? And tell me about the song, tell me about the video, tell me everything.
My heart has been hiding in a box. It's been waiting for love to pick the lock. I've been sitting here singing in the dark, thinking no one could open me up until you.
Releasing Water, the record, in a pandemic was very haphazard. Everything has been very, discombobulated. So to release video clips at the end of a record cycle is a very unusual thing to do. But because you couldn't do things in linear order, and you couldn't create film clips or do things, so I actually released 3 film clips at the end of 2022. And Until You was the last of those 3. Right. So it was an opportunity to really bring the record together, tie it up in a sweet bow, and celebrate it. But with regards to Until You, that's probably a very significant piece of art visually. I really wanted to wrap Water up with that sense of connection and pride, and that sort of leave a message of hope and love for all wonderful creatures on this great planet. So that was my intention for releasing that visual interpretation of Until You.
See a nice little shot of the Top Twins book in there.
Yeah, you got that one. Oh, that's so cool. Not many people picked up on that, but I had lots of very personal references in that clip that were very important to me to be represented. The song isn't necessarily it's not a song about queer love, but I certainly use the visual representation to, the words are how exceptionally, beautifully, wonderfully God made you, and I thought, well, maybe I need to really set that in stone and create a visual representation that matches that. And I'm very profoundly influenced by the Top Twins. My mum introduced them to me at a very early age, and I was lucky enough to interview and meet them when I was a young broadcaster. And I'm just so proud to look up to them as fellow Kiwis and entertainers and songwriters and just all round bloody legends. So yeah, it was my little slice of them in that clip.
Right, very nice, very nice. And you also did a clip for St. Kilda Pier, didn't you?
I did. That was a lot of fun.
It looked like a lot of fun. Tell me about it.
But if I were to imagine a place that I could fit in with you, it might be right here in St. Kilda with that sun shining on you, and we could rent a window with a view.
I don't know. Look, I'm still Kiwi as. When someone says, who do I barrack for? That's a big conversation here in Australia. Who do you barrack for? And I'm like, the All Blacks. But they don't care so much about rugby here in Melbourne. They're all about the AFL. So St. Kilda Pier was filmed at the Community Cup, which is the grudge match between all the community radio stations and musicians here in Victoria. And it's the first time I've gotten into the footy, so to speak. So I didn't really get into, any other kind of sport, but so it was filmed at the Community Cup, and it was almost sort of our reunion as well, coming out of lockdown, weird pandemic world. So for us as artists to have this environment in which we could not necessarily be playing music, but actually just sort of hang out and be mates and sort of kick a footy around and have a good time. So that was an extraordinary day, and I'm so grateful that we were there to capture that clip and that everyone was on board with that, because of course the Community Cup, for those that don't know, originated in St. Kilda. It's now held on Wurundjeri country at Victoria Park in Collingwood, but yeah, St. Kilda is a big part of the Community Cup. So to have that song as well be used in that sort of context was really special.
Cool. Excellent. Sounds like it's all happening over there. So it's been a little while since Water was released. So do you have new songs that you're going to be presenting to us? Have you been writing away?
Yeah, always writing. I've got 2 records actually. So the first that I'm working on is my own follow-up to Water, which is always, I was writing it when I saw you, and before I'd even released Water, you'd never stop writing as a songwriter. It just depends what makes it to the record. So working on the next record, but also honouring the truth of a record. I'm not going to go and release anything that isn't, that isn't what I would want to release. But yeah, there's a huge body of work there already to choose from. And then the second record that I have is a collaboration with fellow Kiwi Americana artist Matt Jogale, and we are writing a record together, which is shaping up to be very special, and we're on tour twice in New Zealand this year. So I've got a lot happening.
Yeah, I just saw him. Matt was just here a few months ago. I can't keep track of time anymore, but recently.
Yeah. Well, we go back and forth a lot. I think he would have been back around July 2022. So
was it that long ago? Oh my God.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. I'm across his schedule.
You're probably right.
Yeah. So that's really cool as well. It's good to have camaraderie, and I think that's another thing that's come out of the pandemic is that sort of sense of connection and that sort of desire to collaborate and to to band together. So that's really exciting, and we just have such a powerful connection and great songwriting together, and we're good pals. So that's something for New Zealand to look forward to as well.
Definitely, definitely. That's going to be fun. All right. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you when you get over here for the folk festival. Is there anybody you want to see at the folk festival?
Yes, yes, everyone. Well, I've got some pals playing at Auckland Folk Festival. It's my first time there playing. So, my pals We Mavericks are going to be playing. I love them. Albie and the Wolves will be there, which will be so exciting. I'm beside myself to be immersed in New Zealand folk. It's been too long, so for me, I'm there with an open heart and an open book, and I'm just ready to fall madly in love with everyone. So look out, this love bomb is on the way.